In the heart of Winterhold, a town of perpetual twilight where the sun never shone too bright nor the night ever truly fell, there stood an old workshop. Its walls were lined with gears of every size, cogs turning in ceaseless rhythm, and clocks that ticked in perfect harmony. The shop belonged to Thaddeus, the master clockmaker, a man whose talent for crafting timepieces was rivaled only by his solitude. The people of Winterhold regarded Thaddeus with both reverence and wariness. His creations were without flaw, his clocks never a second too fast or too slow. Some whispered that he had trapped time itself within the gears, that the steady ticking of his clocks was more than mere mechanics. It was magic. Yet, beneath his precision and craft lay a burden that no one knew. Thaddeus was not merely a maker of clocks. He was their keeper, and time, he had learned, did not flow as freely as others believed. One fateful evening, as the mist curled through the cobbled streets and the clock tower in the town square chimed its somber melody, a stranger entered his workshop. Draped in a cloak as dark as a starless night, the visitor moved with an unnatural grace, their presence sending a shiver down Thaddeus' spine. "You are the keeper of time in Winterhold," the figure said, their voice smooth as flowing sand. "And yet, you have stolen more than you were meant to." Thaddeus stiffened. "I do not steal. I craft. I mend." The stranger tilted their head. "And you do not wonder why your clocks never falter? Why the town lingers in twilight, caught between day and night?" He did not answer. He had long suspected the truth, but feared to name it aloud. The figure took a step forward, their gloved hand resting atop the grand timepiece on Thaddeus' workbench. "The hours you hoard must be repaid." Thaddeus swallowed hard. He had spent years perfecting his craft, ensuring that time in Winterhold never wasted away, that the people would never suffer the cruel march of age too swiftly. But now, the debt had come due. "I cannot undo what has been done," he admitted, his voice hoarse. The stranger smiled, a sight that sent a chill through him. "Then you will pay in kind." With a flick of their wrist, they reached into the depths of their cloak and retrieved an intricate pocket watch. Its hands spun in erratic motion, ticking in reverse, counting down to something unseen. Thaddeus felt an invisible force wrap around him, tightening like an iron vice. The air grew thick, and the clocks on his walls trembled, their hands quivering as if resisting some great unseen power. "You have borrowed from eternity," the stranger murmured. "And now eternity claims you." Thaddeus gasped as the room blurred around him. His skin tingled, his limbs grew light, and before he could utter another word, he felt himself pulled away, into the gears of time itself. The people of Winterhold awoke the next morning to find the clockmaker's workshop empty. The grand tower clock in the square, which had always chimed without fail, had stopped. Not a single tick echoed through the streets. The townsfolk searched, but no trace of Thaddeus remained. Yet, when the wind whispered through the alleys at dusk, the faint ticking of a clock could still be heard, soft, steady, eternal. Time had taken its due.